A white woman, 22 years of age, took her gun, tracked down a black male, cornered him, shot him, killed him in cold blood. She was eventually arrested. You may not have heard about this story. This actually happened in 2019. The NAACP in the state of Georgia, they are seeking justice. They have been pushing this case and it has gone nowhere. The woman you just saw, she is out on bond. Her name is Hannah Payne. May 7th, 2019, that woman killed Mr. Kenneth Herring, the black male that you see. They call it a cold-blooded murder. She said she was simply trying to effect a citizen's arrest. Now remember, Ahmaud Arbery was killed under very similar circumstances in the state of Georgia, where the white criminals who pursued the black male said this was all about a citizen's arrest. Let me give you some background to this insane story. Payne is a Georgia woman charged with killing 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. Her lawyer says Payne was acting as a good Samaritan and shot him in self-defense. WSB TV reports Payne was 21 at the time, was accused of fatally shooting Herring. Now, initially, the DA's office did not levy the charges they should have. They ended up bringing her back, indicting her again to get the right charges after the community spoke up. Mr. Herring, according to the emergency responders, he was actually experiencing a diabetic emergency. According to Miss Payne, he was involved in a hit and run accident, and it was her duty to follow him. She called 911 while in pursuit, as if this is her duty. The 911 operator said, "Stop pursuing the vehicle." She said, "I'm not going to do that." She continued to pursue the vehicle, cornered Mr. Herring, shot him, killed him. Police say Payne followed Herring's pickup truck after seeing him hit another car. Payne claimed that Herring was trying to leave the scene of the crash. After telling him, police say Payne blocked Herring with her Jeep. Let's put up another picture of this killer. Once again, we now know that Mr. Herring was experiencing a medical emergency. She killed Mr. Herring in front of his significant other. Cold-blooded. It gets deeper. Hannah Payne, a white 22-year-old Georgia woman, faced new felony charges in the cold-blooded murder of 62-year-old Kenneth Herring, who was black. In Clayton County, Georgia, a grand jury added new charges to her existing indictment. Payne is now charged with felony murder, malice murder, false imprisonment, and aggravated assault in connection to the May 7th, 2019 killing of the elderly man who had diabetes. Put up another mugshot of her rearrest. All right? Straight killer. In early May 2019, Payne witnessed a car accident involving Herring's car and another vehicle, according to the police record. Kenneth Herring attempted to flee the scene. Hannah Payne chose to pursue him after ignoring advice of the 911 dispatcher to remain at the scene of the accident. Payne decided that she was the judge, jury, and executioner, literally. After the pursuit, she blocked Mr. Herring's vehicle with hers. An altercation ensued, which ended with Payne killing Herring, shot him in the stomach. According to the Clayton County Police Major Anthony Thuman, the hit and run crash did not cause any significant damage or injuries. He also confirmed that Ms. Payne was licensed to carry a concealed weapon, but was not directly involved in the accident that happened. Drivers who witnessed the fatal shooting said they saw Ms. Payne, the killer, punching the elderly Mr. Herring, who appeared to be in medical distress, and yelling at him, "Get out the effing car." She's still out on bond. Yeah, she's free. This happened in 2019. We are now in 2022. The killers of Ahmaud Arbery, they have faced justice. She has not. Now the NAACP in Clayton County, they are launching another affirmative proclamation saying this case needs to go through the judicial system now. Attorney Gerald Griggs, I had a conversation with him earlier today. He's an attorney with the Georgia NAACP. They are putting this back in front of the judicial system in Clayton County. There's also a petition. I need you to sign this petition. Change.org, very easy to find, change.org. Type in Kenneth Herring, Herring. They're looking for 15,000 signatures. We already have over 12,000. Let's go ahead and get that done for them today. Now remember, the entire rule, the law of citizens arrest in Georgia was recently overturned by the Georgia legislature. They said it was rooted in unequal application, grounded in a racist doctrine. They overturned it. They did not overturn it soon enough. This killer, Miss Payne, will be able to use that as her affirmative defense because during the time of her pursuit and killing of Mr. Herring, that law was available as a law of defense for her. Mr. Wiggins, what are your thoughts here?
We know this story. Go all the way back to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
And George Zimmerman. He said to the police dispatcher, they always get away with this. They, we know who they are, get away with, he was assuming it was a burglary or a theft of a home in the neighborhood. Police dispatcher told George Zimmerman not to pursue Trayvon Martin. He did it anyway, and then proceeded to kill Trayvon Martin because a teenager was beating the brakes off of him, as he should have been, by the way. Why is this grown man pursuing him in a truck when he's walking home? Yeah. So we know the story, we know what goes into these things, sure. And so I'm trying to figure out how this dead man was simultaneously having a diabetic episode and going after her in a way that she suggests she should be able to shoot him. A lot of this doesn't add up. And the fact that there's a loophole with this law is infuriating. Like this shouldn't have made it this far. And part of me was wondering if there was another track record that we didn't know about, as if there was video about it. So therefore, it's not about the DA or the police or law enforcement seeing the video. We saw the video, so therefore, they're gonna arrest her further, as you mentioned earlier with Ahmaud Arbery, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But there is witness interaction, and witnesses said what they saw.
Yeah.
Doesn't add up. And so this doesn't sit well. It shouldn't sit well with a number of people. And so I'm glad that the petition is over 12,000. So hopefully after airing this out and getting the news out there, we can quickly get to 15,000 at the end of the day or the end of the week.
Absolutely, and we will. And let me say this about laws. Laws can be racist. They can be rooted in racism. Now remember, the entire citizens arrest law in Georgia was only justified a few times, but virtually 100% of the time, guess who received the justification? A white person at the other end.